Oh, hello, didn't see you there. Welcome back to another video on my channel, Fredrex2007. And as you can tell, my face looks weird. I know, my beard is gone, my chin hair is gone. I shaved, so nothing to worry about. I'm still me, okay? It's just my face looks really awkward looking. But anyways, today's video is going to be the top 5 scary story creatures that needs to be in the sequel. Just because, you know, since the first movie is already a success, and it will have a sequel soon, during the Guillermo del Toro and Andre Overdahl saying that they're going to put up a sequel soon. And I'm like, they should definitely add some more story creatures into the sequels. So I'm like, I should count down the creatures that should be in the sequel. So I did my paper right here, telling you what creatures should be in the sequel. So the thing is, I don't even know if these creatures will be in the second movie or not, so I'm just not going to judge on that. So literally, let's just get started with the video. Number 5, the Reaper from The Appointment story. Because clearly, I was interested if they're going to ever put the Reaper into the sequel, because literally the Grim Reaper, well, Death himself, like his name is Death. In The Appointment story, that he scared away a 16-year-old boy, and his grandpa came to talk to him not to scare him again, and he's like, okay, I'm sorry about that. I was just here for the appointment with him, just to wait for him in the town. So yeah, it should be really interesting if they add Death, the Reaper, into the sequel. So it would be interesting if they ever add him, like giving a really good detail to the Reaper himself, like his skeleton, his skull face, and his black clothes and his weapon. You know, that would be awesome. Like literally, the illustration is even creepy looking. Because clearly, if some of you guys ever do know about that story, you should know the Reaper in Scary Stories 3, the third book in the series. Okay, so moving on. Number 4 is that floating big head monster thing from Excuse Me, Is There Anything Alright? Because clearly the illustration looks so disturbing looking. Like literally, like that creature with a big head and big eyeballs coming out of the sockets, and it has a long arm like poking that man's shoulder. They should really add this creature into the sequel. It would be really interesting and really insane. Like literally, it'll scare the kids to pieces. Like literally, it'll just jump everyone out of their seats in the theater. So clearly, when that monster in this story, like the guy was running away out of his house, and something like was poking at him behind his shoulder, and the big monster is just staring at him, saying, "Excuse me, sir, is there anything wrong?" So they should definitely add that monster in the sequel. I'm like, they should definitely do that because the illustration looks awesome. Because clearly, it's so cool. It's really creepy as well. The next one, number 3, is the Windigo from the Windigo. So literally, I've been a fan, been interesting about the Windigo throughout the internet, because it's been a Native American legend. Like literally, Native Americans think that the Windigo is real, and if the legends are real, it should be true, you know? Like literally, I love all that stuff on the internet. Like it's really interesting if any of those creatures should be existing in our world. Like it would be possible. So yeah, they should definitely add the Scary Stories Reaper, the Scary Stories Windigo into the sequel. That would be interesting. Like literally, a cannibalistic creature, like literally has a skull face and everything. Like literally, it's amazing. It would be amazing to see something like this in the sequel. So yeah, the Windigo, that would be an awesome character to see in the sequels. So that just blew my mind. It'll just literally blow my mind. Alright, number 2 in the list is basically the ghosts from the church story. The church from the second book, More Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. That would be interesting if Guillermo del Toro will ever choose a story in the sequel to have a little group of ghosts that lives into an abandoned church. Like literally, it would be interesting if the characters are literally taking a trip somewhere, just trying to find a way to get their friends back after the events of the first movie, and they'll see, you know, an old abandoned creepy church, and they'll spend the night there. Until then, you know, the story will start reading itself, and it'll put up the church ghosts in the abandoned building. Like that would be awesome to see. Like literally, I would definitely want to see those in the sequel. Like those ghosts would be they would be scary looking. Like literally be like the CG effects would be bad. Would be a little over the top. Okay, I guess. Like literally, like we all do know CGIs in horror movies a lot nowadays, but literally, the ghosts in the church story should be a good pick. Okay, number one, the number one character that should be in a Scary Story sequel. It is The Thing. In The Thing, not the 1982's The Thing. Literally, The Thing in the Scary Stories book, the first book. Because clearly, my brother was so disappointed that The Thing wasn't even in the first movie. He was very disappointed. It is one of his favorite stories. And yeah, it's a bit disappointing if they didn't, like, if they, it would be really disappointing if they really didn't add The Thing into the first movie, but they didn't, but it's okay, okay? Because clearly, we all do know since they shot the first movie, they want to add the popular stories in the first movie. So they should definitely add another classic, another masterpiece short story in the books. Literally, that's called The Thing. That would be this character would be very, very interesting to put in the movie. Like literally, it would be very, very interesting, and it would be awesome to see because clearly. Literally, a lot of people remembers The Thing in the first Scary Stories book, so they should definitely add The Thing in the sequel. So yeah. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy this top 5, because clearly, I think these new characters in the sequel definitely should be added into the second Scary Stories movie. Like, it would be awesome to see these characters in the sequel. If some of them are choose to be in the movie, that would be perfect, like awesome. Or if they're not going to be in the second movie, that would be kind of disappointing. But Guillermo del Toro, come on, put those characters in the sequel, like right now. Like, it would be awesome. And clearly, you have to put up the designs, you put up the concept arts, what the creatures should be looking like in the sequel, because make them look scary and really good in detail. Like nowadays, we're putting up ghosts, like creatures in horror movies nowadays to be very scary looking. So that would be awesome to see. So, just gonna say, if you're ever watching this, Gilmo, or Andre, you should definitely add these characters in the sequel, so it would be a blast. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this discussion video of this top 5 video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. So if you did like this video, comment this video, and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're interested in any of this content, like Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Because I really like to discuss more about the sequel later on. Literally later on in future videos if I can, so you should stay tuned for that. So yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day and have a safe October. So bye bye.